If you don't know, now you know.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome to If You Don't Know, Now You Know. I'm your host, Mr. Hecker. This beautiful lady I have right next to me. Molly, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I didn't even know we were on, but here we are.
Kicking it off, hey?
Kicking
Getting
it off
done.
straight into it.
So let's just run through first of all. I love to give all my plugs at the start of the podcast. Where can we find you? What's your handle? Where are you at?
Okay. I'm on Instagram as Molly Jane, just as simple as that, straight up. And I own a wellness app called Bloom. And I guess that's kind of where I'm at.
No, that's fine. We can find you there. Mainly hanging out on Instagram, no Facebook.
Correct.
Yeah, you've got to throw that up there a little bit. That's fine. Nice and close. First of all, just tell the people out there a little bit about yourself, because you've actually been on here before, and you're very early days as well on my podcast. I'm pretty sure you're in the 9s or 10s or something like that anyway, so you're very, very early guest as well. So thank you very much for coming back. Appreciate your time as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do currently. Obviously you have Bloom.
Yep.
Run us through a little bit about what's going on currently with Molly.
Well, there's always a lot.
There's a little bit on, hey. She's got a bit on here and there.
There's always a lot going on. Okay, so my mindfulness app Bloom, I'm the co-founder with that, and that probably takes up a lot of my attention for now. But I would say that my number one priority in my day-to-day life is honouring myself and doing something for myself every single day so I can show up as my best self, because when I'm there, I find more opportunities come to me, and that to me is my job first and foremost. Yep. And then from there, Bloom is what I'm working on. We're also working on another project which is going to be a lot bigger than Bloom, but I don't know if I can talk about it.
I don't think you're meant to.
No, I don't think,
I
am one of the owners. I probably, and I think I need to just rein it in a little bit, but I will not stop until I raise the consciousnss of the world.
I know, you're on a mission, you're a woman on a mission. That's why I was like, you got to get in here and we got to go through this. Today we're going to have a nice chat. So first things first, I like to drop in with a bit of gratitude.
Yes.
What's 3 things you're grateful for today?
I do this every night now. So I normally do what I've been grateful for throughout the day, but if I'm going to do it right now, I'm always grateful for my car. She has I'm going to call her a she, but she gets me from A to B. And if I didn't have a car, I'm just so grateful I have a car. So I'm going to lock in A, car.
Yep.
B, I will also like to lock in people like you who have platforms like this and are wanting to do better in the world, and where we can share our ideas and our values and our missions to other people and hopefully help them as well. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. And 3 would be,
You say it.
I'm grateful for the Cheesy Mike gluten-free scroll I just ate.
Did you have?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it was gluten-free and it was so good.
Okay, where'd you get that from?
Just the shop down the road.
Oh, man, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
I'm super
I know,
hungry.
I'm so grateful for that because I don't feel sick and it was so nice. So, yeah, there we are.
Treat yourself, hey?
Treat yourself.
And just a quick heads up on why we're talking about treats. This podcast is sponsored by the beautiful people at Gluten Free Donuts. They are down at Pack Fair, just outside Woolworths and Coles. Go down and visit them.
I actually can't walk past them without purchasing.
It's quite hard, eh?
It is so hard because the smell goes through the whole.
And it's so hot and they're nice.
Oh,
and
they're
so
nice. And if you're extra nice to them, sometimes they give you an extra,
one. Hey, yes, they've treated me too.
Yeah, I know how to work that now. Yeah.
Go work your magic there at the donut stand. Hey, you got to get it done.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump straight into it. Obviously, Bloom is a big part of your life. Why the whole mindfulness section for yourself? Why get into that space? Why work in that area? What does it mean for you to be in that area and work there?
Yeah. So we if people want to go back and listen to the last podcast, I probably touched on my story a little bit more.
Yeah.
So then, but it was, mindfulness is just something that I've always lived with. I started yoga in year 9. I have always been really into self-mastery and self-awareness, and, you know, life happens, and as you have your ups and downs throughout life, I think it kind of forces you to look at things and work on yourself on another level that you probably haven't touched on before. And that's kind of what happened to me after a few hectic life events that I don't actually feel like I need to touch on.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like, yes, they were the things that kind of ignited the next step in my spiritual, you know, evolution or whatever. But I still don't feel like that really defines me, because I believe that every bad thing that happens to you is actually happening for you. And you can take these opportunities and become better because of it. So I can honestly say, with my hand on my heart, I look back at all those experiences, and even though they were tough, like I was going to commit suicide, like I can speak openly about all of that, but like it was tough. I really want to point that out, but I can look back now and be so grateful for that, because I wouldn't be who I am today if the shitty things in life didn't happen.
Yeah, and it's always a tough conversation, the whole thing around suicide as well. And in my circle, it's quite normalised. We like the discussions that we have about it, and those side of things is it's quite normal now. And a lot of people are still living in that guilt and shame around it, where they hide it and they're like, oh no, I don't want to tell anyone I did that, and that's where they like bury it deep down. So on the back of that, you know, for the listeners out there, you have expressed this story before. For the people listening on my channel, touch base on that a little bit. Like, what was going on then?
Yeah, for when I was going to. Yeah, well, it's happened a few times, to be perfectly honest. And I like that you guys are speaking about it, because I feel like so many people will have a fleeting thought and don't realise that there is support there to work through it. So I feel like we should be more open about it. So, yeah, it was like from a marriage breakdown, basically. That's when things really spiraled for me. And I was in a really unique position where I couldn't, I don't think I really want to speak about it, but I was in a unique position and I was very alone. So I felt very alone and I didn't see a way out. And, you know, I could have easily done it, and I didn't. And then since then, there's been other times where a wave, I call it like if I experience depression, I call it a wave, and it's almost like a wave of emotions. And now, because I'm so self-aware, I can see when a wave is coming on, and I can set myself up for the best possible experience of being sad or whatever, because I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get a little bit down. I can see this now. Cancel your schedule for today. I'm lucky that I can do that. You know, tuck yourself away, do what you need to do. You've got the tools to get through this wave, whereas probably back then I didn't have the tools to get through that wave. So I'm grateful that I did hold on. And yeah, that's why I express every single day how important it is to do something for yourself every day and for your mental health, because by doing so, the waves get easier.
Definitely. And just on the back of that as well, like for me, I like, you know, there's a whole mental health space, etc. But for me, I don't feel like people have a mentally, are mentally ill. I feel like they're just misguided or they don't have the correct education and using the tools that we have. As where for myself, I've had to experience, you know, suicidal thoughts, etc. as well. And I was just misled. I was actually misled and uneducated on actually what was going on within my body. Like you said, there's like things come up and it's like you know how to navigate through them. Yeah. That's the most important thing. Like, yes, it's not always going to be perfect. And like sometimes now I had one a couple of weeks ago where I'm just like, okay, I'm just in the moment. I'm like, it's okay. Like this is all good. Yeah. And it was kind of surprising how comfortable I was when things weren't going so well.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is just what it is. Life's just teaching me a lesson right now.
That's right.
And I got the lesson that I needed, and you take it and you learn and you grow, and that's what happens.
That's right, because this is the thing, with humans having a 3D human experience, and 3D is the density that we're in. It's like we're human bodies having a human experience, and what makes humans different to animals or, you know, spirits or whatever, if you want to go down that road.
We'll go down there soon.
I don't know if we should. I don't know if the people are ready. Oh, God.
They weren't ready.
I don't know. But what makes humans different to other beings is we feel emotions like on a full scale, like, so that's part of our experience. So if you have the tools on how to handle the different emotions that come through, it just makes this life, this 3D human life, just that tiny little bit easier.
Definitely. And like just on that, I was like, I cried last night. Like, and as for me as a man, I'm like, I'm okay with it. But it wasn't like a sad cry.
Yeah.
It was such I actually was writing a post for my bro, Lennell.
Yeah.
And like I just had and it kind of hit me then when you said it. And I was like, oh, like you have that emotional hit and gets you right in the feels. And I was like, oh, and I was writing the post to say thank you. And like the whole emotion just waved over me. And I was like, and you've just got to allow it. The allowing process is probably the most important thing, is where you try to cut it off, cut the circulation off from it. It's like you need to allow, like, if emotions coming in, just let it flow.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Okay,
but also I feel like a lot of people haven't been taught how to do that. So, you know, people, don't be hard on yourself when it comes in and you're like trying to fight against it, because it's actually like in your DNA and in your cells and a pattern in your brain that is wired to try and fight against it. So you have to kind of like repattern your brain in how to handle the moments of emotion. So it's like, it's a scientific thing. Like, you know, if you do the same thing every single day, that's what your body knows how, like we know how to walk because we do it every single day. So if you have an emotion that comes up and your first response from a kid, like if you were told not to get sad or whatever, like that's what you've been doing your whole life. You have to retrain that, and that's hard.
Yeah, the allowing process and letting go of the control is a big thing, especially for males as well.
Yeah.
And in one of my experiences, when I first come in, you know, to understand this, like working with the feminine, like women, as well, you know, women would cry, and as a male, you try to like, suppress, like fix. And as I got older, I realized, no, you just let them cry. It's okay. They just want to be held and heard. It's like, okay, just sit there and be there. That's right. Okay. We don't need to fix everything. We don't need to say anything, and allow her to go through a process. And it's such an important thing then, and very like important topic definitely for people and couples and relationships as well.
Without a doubt. And also from a spiritual point of view, when you cry, it's actually cleansing. Like it's your body cleansing. So when somebody cries around me now, I must look like the biggest bitch because I'm just like, yes. Like I'm like my brother the other day just random. Like my brother was staying with me for a little bit, and if you live under my roof, like you get healed even if you're not even trying to get healed. Like it's
you
like,
get it all.
You get it all. And then he just randomly started crying. He's like, I don't know why I'm crying. And I was like, you go into that room and you cry.
You let it all out.
You let it all out. And then I was so happy that I almost forgot to hug him. Like afterwards, I was like, oh, you all good, mate?
Go get it. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's good. But I was more happy that he was like moving energy.
Yeah.
Emotions are just energy. And when you cry, you're moving the energy and it's going through your body instead of getting stuck in there and turning into other bad things.
Definitely. And that's like, we like always teach men and women and people who come into our space, like, your body's not a vessel. It's not meant to hold all these emotions. You know, it's meant to, anger comes in, it should come out in some form or way. And giving people the tips and tools to do that safely and effectively, especially for men as well. Like, a lot of men get angry and they hold it in, and then they go get drunk or have a big weekend and it comes out somewhere else, or they come home to their family or their friends. And understanding that that's just energy stored in your body is such an important tool to have. That's one thing I always catch myself on as well. I'm just a little bit moody right now. I'm like, okay, I know how to sort this out. I'm like, go do something to get rid of it. I might go for a big run, whatever that looks like. I might need to go out and get in nature. May feel a bit disconnected. There's all these things that we do, and all the tools that I have. Guess what? They're all free.
They're all free.
They're all free.
They are all free. And that's the thing. Like, that's what I even say on Bloom. Like, yes, it's a subscription-based service, but, like, that's just so we can pay the developers. But I say to them, if you don't have the money, get on and do the 7-day free trial and learn all of these tools. It's basically just a toolbox in my app of things that I do that I know have trialed and have worked, and it's just putting them in there. So I just say to people, get on for a 7-day free trial. Learn whatever you can, and then cancel. Like, I genuinely don't care. I just want people to learn these free things that they can do
Yeah,
and help
definitely.
themselves through these random times.
Definitely, and like that's it. A lot of people will take the tools, and then yes, they'll take them and go do what they need to do. Then a lot of people will stay there because the community and the circle as
That's
well.
right,
And
yeah.
Belonging to community is really important as well. And I've seen,
Correct.
you've got the guys' Facebook and everything
Yeah.
like that. You guys got a community as well. So kudos to you for
Yeah,
that.
the Bloom communities, honestly, they're so amazing. I
Yeah.
can't even, like, I'm grateful for that
Yeah.
because they talk to each other, like, they're helping each other. It's just, yeah, so good.
Is anything you want to bring up today? Actually, I feel like you got something on your chest. Is there something
Do
you want to
I?
get? Yeah, I'm like, I was like, is there any topics that come to mind today?
No, I don't want to talk about aliens.
No, we don't want to talk about aliens. Okay, we won't talk about aliens today.
No, I don't think people are ready. I need to, like, just
that's
do
alright.
it step by step.
Okay, we'll just
Because,
do.
okay, so I'll just give, because the people will be, like, left hanging now. So
Okay. Yeah, no, spit it.
Yeah,
Let's do
no.
it.
So I believe in aliens.
Yep.
Do you?
Hey, you know what? This,
Put you on the spot.
we will have like a small, like we'll have this 5 minute segment of aliens because I know me and you will go down this like
No, I know.
rabbit hole. We'll end up down this rabbit hole and then we'll be looking at the time and I'll be like, that was 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We've been talking about aliens. Since our last conversation about aliens, I actually had 2 dreams about aliens.
Yes.
And I woke up and I was like, fucking Molly, it's that fucking
No,
alien.
but that's real. This is the. Oh.
You know what? And it come up in my float tank.
I
And-
told you, Post Malone and Joe Rogan, they said if you do, am I allowed to say mushrooms on here?
Yeah, you can say anything
Okay,
on here.
I'm
This is a zero filter zone.
Okay, cool. So
this is the
Po-
Thunderdome up in here.
Post Malone and Joe Rogan did mushrooms, and they said if you want to meet aliens, go to a float tank and do mushrooms, and you'll meet aliens. And you did.
I did. I do a little bit of breath work in there, so
There
it's
we
very
go.
similar.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've met aliens
Oh.
in them too.
I'll just touch my thought on aliens. This is like legit what came to me the other day because I'm okay with being weird.
I'm okay with being weird too. If you go there, I'll go there.
Yeah, we won't go.
Okay, we won't go all the way there.
We'll go a little bit there.
Okay.
Yeah. But for me, I was like, because that crossed my mind and it had been in my peripheral for a while, like aliens and stuff like that. And I was like, look, if aliens are real and they do exist on this world, I don't think that they're here to like invade us or do anything bad. I feel like the spiritual side of us is the alien side of us.
Okay.
The higher self. That's
Yeah,
where
of
I'm like,
course.
I feel like that's where we
Alright.
come from.
No, I get that, and you are correct to a degree.
Yeah.
So, aliens are just multidimensional beings. So, we're on a frequency. We're on a.
We're going to go down. We're going to go to frequencies. See, I'll set you up here for
Oh,
failure.
God. No, we're on the 3-dimensional frequency, which I touched on earlier.
Yeah.
And you can go up to like 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, whatever. And that's just a different level of frequency. So, an example, this is what I say. You know how there's like mediums and psychics out there who can communicate with spirits and dead people who have passed away. Have you had? Yeah. And like, I think people are okay with that narrative now. People are starting to believe it. They're like, oh, okay, So, and that's where I think the alien conversation will get to. That is just, those spirits are just communicating on another frequency with people who have psychic abilities, which we all actually do. We just turn it off.
Yeah.
So aliens are just a multi-dimensional being. So your higher self is also a multi-dimensional being. I could go down.
And this is for the people listening. Like I dabble in a lot of plant medicines and tried and stuff. So I'm like, this is why I'm so much open. I'm like the things you see on plant medicines and stuff.
That's
I'm like,
right.
where do these all come from?
So
I'm like,
do
this is
you
very-
do meditation and you see things?
Yeah.
Same. Okay, so this is what people, I don't think they understand. So the pineal gland, their third eye, what people refer to as the third eye. So that is what gets shut off as a kid, basically, because we eat crap food. We what else do? We drink, we smoke, we do just
drugs. Everyone
drugs.
does
We
that
do
shit.
bad things, and it basically just numbs us to our. I just describe it in a simple term. Your third eye is basically your intuition.
Yeah.
And your inner knowing, and you have an ability to see things with it if you're dreaming or in a state of meditation. And I've worked very, very, very hard to get to a space where I can literally shut my eyes now not even 1 minute in, and I'm on a journey. Like I'm astro traveling. Like I'm just gone. Gone. And it's happened so much enough now that I can't deny it. That it is my reality. I have to just live with it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like I've had like ayahuasca and stuff like that, and mushrooms.
How did that go? Let's tell the people how that went.
Okay. Yeah, the ayahuasca journey. Okay, so
here we go.
First of all, okay, so you're quizzing me now. I'll answer this one. Yeah, first of all, I got stuck in the toilets. Like legit stuck in the toilets because what happened was, now you go into like some toilets and there's like a door and then there's another door and there's just like a bit of empty space in there. I walked in there and what happened is when I walked back out, I stopped for a second in that little section. Okay. And then I forgot which way was out and which, and I'm not even fucking with you. I walked to the back, I was like, and I was like, it's not that door. And I was like, because people that know on ayahuasca or done any kind of psychedelics, and I walked to the other door like so many times and I was like, this isn't it. And I got stuck. It was like a really bad dream, hey?
Yeah.
And
that would have been scary.
It was scary. Everything else was perfect and awesome. And there was a bit, and I was sitting there like this at the door, and I was like, it's this door, it's this, I'm going out, going out. And I went like this and opened it up. And as soon as I opened it up, no shit, my bro Andy was coming into the toilets, and he like nearly ran into me, and I was like, whoa. His just eyes were hanging out of his head, and I was like, hey bro. And then I just like, he just put his head down and just kept walking. I was like, let's leave me alone.
Yeah. So in my head then, I'm like, what part of your subconscious made you have that experience? Like, what is it? Like, did you have like an awakening or a moment, like an aha moment or something after that where you're like, what did that kind of represent on a subconscious level?
Or for me, actually, I don't know if I got too much from that, but when I got back out and laid down, I had like, after that, it's crazy after that, I actually ended up driving home, which is my home out, like 2 days after. I got a message when I was in my ayahuasca ceremony to go home, like back out west of the country.
Yep.
And this is like a crazy story. I don't think I've actually ever told anyone this. So
here we are.
Here we go.
I can say a few of my crazy ones to make you feel better about yourself.
Okay. So I'll tell my crazy story since you asked it, and then you can tell me yours. But I left my ayahuasca ceremony. But in my ayahuasca ceremony, there was a message to go. I was standing on this mountain, and I know this mountain. It's called Baldy Top. It's in Quilpie. It's a mountain where I grew up as a kid. And it's out in the bush. It's a beautiful place. It's barren out. There's nothing out there. And I was just standing there, but I could see myself standing on this point. And I was like, I don't know what it was, but it was like, you need to go there. Yeah. And you'll know what happens when you'll know what's real when you get there. And I was like, fuck, it's 13, 14 hours away.
You have no choice.
I can't. Yeah, I tried to avoid it. You know, males, I'm stubborn. Came back, obviously Sunday, chilled out, relaxed, just got my head back. Monday, it was on my mind. Wouldn't stop. I was like, shit. I got to like 5 or 6. I was at the beach at like 4 o'clock, sitting there. I was like, this won't go away. Drove my ass home at 6 o'clock here. Started throwing all my shit in the car. And my housemate come out. He's like, where are you going? I was like, I've got to go home. I was shooting back out home. And he's like, what now? And I was like, yeah, right now. Threw my swag in the car, threw some, like, just some random clothes in there, drove my ass out to Quilpie, got to Roma, which is halfway, slept in the back of the car for a few hours, and then drove to Quilpie the next day, 13-hour drive. Anyway, went out to the mountain, Baldy Top, stood there, and for me, I don't know, it was just claiming home. That's my home. Yeah. That place was my home, and I'd been so confused and never really claimed the country and really let anyone know that I was from the bush. Yeah. Anyway, fast forward all that. There's a lot of other things happened anyway, but on the way home, I run into my auntie. She just like pulled up at the cafe, had a coffee with her, and I was speaking to her, and she asked me where I went, and I was like, I went to Baldy Top. And she's like, funny enough, she said, because my uncle was, she was married to my uncle, and he actually committed suicide the year before. And she's like, that was the last place we spent together. She's like, that was the last place we went together as a family. Because his daughter as well, and he left behind a little family, and she's like, that's the last place we went together. We went up to Baldy Top, and I was like, I knew there was a reason I had to go back out there. And I feel like for some reason it was just to go out there and I guess forgiveness and ownership and stuff. So it was really deep in that level. 100%. And after that, I came home and I was like, And for me, that's a power of it's doing something like ayahuasca. You get a
Without a
message,
doubt.
and I've allowed to grow, and that's
It's almost like a DNA upgrade. Like you went out there and you just had like this experience, and you can't come back the same.
Yes, it's like a level up every time.
Yeah.
Every time you get a message like that, you got to go
That's right.
activate it as well and do it
For sure.
So yeah, it was
That's
a crazy
awesome.
thing.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. I've never told anyone that.
Yeah, well, here we are.
I've only told one person actually. So yeah.
Cool. But this is what we need to normalize, because so many people have experiences like this. So, like, I have experiences like that every single time I meditate. So daily.
Shit, eh?
I don't need drugs to get there. It's like I can release DMT in my brain. I'm a freak.
Yep.
I'm a dead set freak. So it's but I also keep it real in the human department. So like I feel like I balance the two quite
Yeah, I feel
well.
like you balance it out well
Thank
as
you
well.
so
I feel like
much.
that's
Yeah,
you do balance
thank
it
you.
out as well. Like for me, I always say, don't go full woo woo.
No,
And don't go too woo woo.
No, so this is the thing. I can go, but I think appearance-wise, don't go full.
Oh yeah, you can
because
play.
I'm full woo-woo, but
yeah.
I also honor my human side as well, because we're human. Like we chose to have a human experience. Like you've got to have fun and enjoy it and have a drink and a spicy margarita and this and that. You know, like you have to. But I don't think what you're saying is weird, because it happens to me on the daily. I could tell you. I don't even know where to begin with my stories, and I don't even know.
Because I have it in my breath work as well. Like
breath work's powerful
for me as well. Breath work's mine, as well yours is meditation, and I have crazy journeys in there as well.
For sure.
And I've passed out a few times. Like,
Yeah, that's
I've had some
interesting.
crazy out there moments.
I think for men, breath work would be.
yeah, breath work I've found that breath work's a little bit more just for
Well,
men.
it's yang energy. It's yang energy.
It's a little bit more work. It's like that. It's got that masculine
Of
feel to it a
course.
little bit as well.
But it also, like on a yin, feminine level, it's like when you're breathing, it's actually getting rid of all the blockages in your body as well. So it's like it's a perfect balance.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's for anyone listening as well, you're wondering what we're talking about as well, go look it up, go get the Bloom app, have a look at it as well, because it's really important to understand and know what we're talking about as well.
Yeah.
So there might be someone going, holy shit, what are these guys on
Well,
about?
breath work, I just tell everyone if they want to get into breath work, just look up Wim Hof breathing technique on YouTube. It's like an 11-minute one or something, and just do
super
that every
simple,
day.
hey?
Yeah, it's so simple. And
I'll even throw a couple links in the description as well for anyone listening as well.
I think
link
people
them up,
should
check them out.
try it. And especially, like, I don't know, lately, I feel like because I've been more open with my meditation and the crazy shit that's been happening to me, people are like, I want to go that next level. Like, I want to meditate. I want to see things like, how did you get to that next level? And I just think it was repetition and really working on my body. Like, I have no blockages. I feel like I've cleared, like, all my ancestral history. Like, I'm a fresh slate.
Yep.
Come at me, bro. Like, I am fresh.
You must be, because you can't. You honestly can't say that when you don't, like when you feel it.
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
been times like for me, like when I'm super frequent with really long breath works, etc. It's like you are clean and crisp.
Clean.
And the
So
last
clean.
time I really felt like that for me was Queenstown. When I was in
Okay.
Queenstown, because we're doing a lot of breath work and we're up in the mountains and stuff.
For sure.
And like around the waterfalls. I don't know if it's just because there's a little bit more height in there, because the air and it's crisp, you know, it's like so nice
But
there.
it's so good for your soul, and people just forget about these small things. Like, it doesn't have to, you don't have to sit there and like be meditating like this every single day. It's just going outside, getting a little bit of sunlight, like putting your feet in the earth, like just some simple little things that's connecting you to yourself is going to help you have bigger experiences in this realm.
Definitely. I want to know what's some of your crazy stories. Since I had to tell you one of my weird ones.
I've told you my alien, one of my alien
alien
stories.
stories.
I have many alien stories.
What's something weird that's happened to you?
Weird. Oh, no.
There's like a
No,
list,
it's
okay?
really scary. Like, I don't know. There's so many weird things. Like, I honestly, oh God, I don't really know what the best one is to. Okay, well, I can do this. Oh, will I? I'll touch on it. So I just recently got an ISIS tattoo, and when I say ISIS, everybody automatically thinks of the terrorist group.
The terrorist group.
ISIS,
It's
right?
a bird thingy, yeah.
It's an Egyptian goddess,
that's-
and she's got wings, and she was actually one of the most powerful goddesses in the world. And it's no coincidence that the government or whoever have chose to name this terrorist group ISIS. So every time the name ISIS comes up, we automatically associate something bad with it when really she's the most powerful chick in the world, like in history. So every time I've meditated lately, I have connected with ISIS in some way. And she's been coming and bringing me messages, and that's weird in itself because I didn't even know who she was before it. And I won't go into full detail.
A little bit.
Nah,
I don't think I can. We'll save it.
Yeah, but like that's weird enough.
Yeah.
An Egyptian goddess from history is coming to visit me in my meditations. Okay. Also aliens. Like I can meet people and aliens. Yeah.
That's all right. Like, you know, because I'm not going to judge you because after our last conversation, I was like, okay. And then it started showing up in like things like my breath work and when I'm really in the zone, like zenned out. And I'm like, and I got left the float tank the other day and I was like, fucking Molly. I was like, freaking bringing up this alien.
What did they look like?
I didn't get any no pictures. It was like a feel thing.
Yep.
Like it was like a feel, like it wasn't like a visual thing, it was a feel. And it was like not a voice, but kind of like
No, it's definitely a voice.
It was a voice. Was
and this is how I know, like, it's genuinely my intuition and my third eye and everything now. Because I've got to a point where I've meditated that much, I don't have thought anymore. Like, I literally don't have a thought process or a narrative running in my brain. I wake up and I'm just
nice and even.
I'm even like that, and I've worked hard to get to that state. So when I get a message or a voice comes into my head, or something tells me to do something, I know it's coming from an inner place where I have to listen to it, like a higher guidance that I have to listen to it. So whether it's an alien or whatever it is.
No, you're so right there, because I always say trust your intuition, but I would suggest to people that aren't like looking after their body and like partying and getting fucked up, maybe don't listen to your intuition because that's just paranoia.
That's right.
Just paranoia.
That is paranoia.
But if you're like clean and crisp and clear and you're working on yourself and you're constantly doing this work, I guess, definitely listen to your intuition. It ain't wrong.
Yeah.
That's there for a reason.
100%. And like, you know, this is weird stuff that we're talking about. Like I'm not denying that. Like it's weird.
Oh, it's weird. Hell yeah.
It's so weird, but it's like I've just had too many things happen for me to not
ignore it.
Ignore it. And so that's why I reckon there's going to be a shift now. And I feel like what's happening in the world, like people are starting to question things. People are looking at things completely different now, and things are going to get worse. They will. Like, watch out for September to December.
I reckon, yeah.
It will. And even I wouldn't even be surprised if they do a fake alien invasion.
Yeah. You reckon?
I feel like
Are you calling it?
What
do we want? Do you want to put a bet on this too?
Nah.
No?
I'm nervous now. Okay, I'll just put it out there.
Put it out there. Throw it out. This is what we do out here.
Yeah,
predict the future.
I'll put it out there. So maybe they'll do a fake alien invasion to make us think that aliens are bad, but they're not. But like, how do the government know aliens are real?
I reckon too.
They do.
I think they've been hiding shit from us for a long time.
100%. But how do you say to the mass people, they're real, but they're multidimensional beings? Because no one's operating from a place like that now. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff that happens in the world that continues to break down our beliefs and what we believe is real. And then over the next 4 to 5 years, we're going to learn new things and go back to our basic like way of being. Like if you go back to the Egyptian days, we were more evolved humans. We were tapping into like our third eye and using like different, you know, we built pyramids. Yeah. And then we went backwards. And now I sit on the couch and watch like The Masked Singer and like try and guess who the loser is on the television.
You're like, watching The Bachelorette.
No, actually I'm not. Oh, that was just an example. Yeah, you know, it's like we've gone backwards is what I'm saying. So, you know, how does the government be like, oh, aliens exist because we're all multi-dimensional beings, like blah, blah, blah. The people of the world are just going to be like, shut up.
Yeah. I just believe that There cannot be any way that there's so much world out there, so many stars, so many other planets, and we're the only one. I was like,
It's so arrogant for us to think
that's
that.
like so like closed-minded.
It is. It's so 3D.
Oh, so 3D. Can I get that on a shirt? That's so 3D.
Not that it's bad. Not that it's bad. Like, just because you're operating on a what is that?
It's lines, man.
What's it do?
It just take it to another dimension to 4D.
I don't need it.
No.
I'm already operating at 5D. But also on that note, I want to say that just because you're operating on a different frequency doesn't mean there's better or worse. Like, it's not. It just, like, I might live on level 11, you might live on level 2. It doesn't make me.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're all okay.
it's just different.
Yeah.
It's not better or worse.
You can have some of these too if you want. This lines, man, just get your brain going. It's just like a brain stimulation thing.
Can I do it after?
Yeah, that's right. You're not going to flip out or
Yeah, I
anything.
don't
I just
need
take
it.
them all the time. That's why they're sitting here, so I don't forget.
He does it during podcasts.
Yeah, I just always take them. So, get a gum. So, yeah, that's how...
He needs it to keep up with me.
So, remember how I was like, in 35 minutes, I'm going to say that's that
Oh,
alien chat?
yeah, we're done.
We just did it. I didn't even mean to do that. I
Nah.
legit didn't even mean to. I was like, yep, we just spoke for 40 minutes,
About
30 minutes
aliens.
about aliens.
No, ask another question.
Don't tell me what to do. So we'll get off the topic of aliens. We'll come back to it though. But if you do want to talk about aliens, you do want us to have a breakdown of aliens, if anyone's ever interested, let us know. We might even do a little segment about aliens and drop in on this conversation and just go like, we might even go from 3D right up and just go through the levels and the
Because
frequencies.
there's so much I didn't say.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. But we'll touch base and come back onto that. Anyway. So, what's the rest of the year look like for yourself?
Okay, so where are we? What are we now? Nearly
August.
September. So, so the rest of the year we're working on another project that I can't really speak about, but this will be like awesome. We're working with a team in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really, really good. So just continuously working on that, continuously adding to Bloom and making that better. We're actually doing a redesign of Bloom, which will come around October, and we're going to try and make it more unisex.
Yeah.
So
done.
yeah, so that will be good. And then and then I'm just going to continue working on myself daily, try and enjoy life every single day, try and promote love as much as possible because that's what the world needs right now.
What do you like? For me, I'm curious. What do you do in your spare time? Like, what do you do in your spare time? Like,
I talk to aliens.
do you talk to aliens?
No, but I'm not kidding.
I know you do. Other than talk to aliens, like
what's a day look like for me?
Yeah, like what's some of your hobbies? and
Okay,
shit?
so I have had so many shitty jobs in my time. Like I'm 33 now, and I've worked in the I've done my time, and I feel like I'm finally at a place. And to me, success is being able to choose how my day goes every day. And that's what I get to do. So I'm also really grateful for that. So my days do vary. However, every morning I wake up and I will do like my grounding meditation and a few other weird things, tarot card pick, like that sort of thing. Then I will normally have breakfast. Then I go do a PT session. And then I come back, I do a couple of emails. But when I say I come back and do a couple of emails, I kind of like, because you have emails on your phone, I can kind of
multitasker.
Yeah, and like voice notes now, and I have such a good team around me at Bloom and the new project that, you know, they're just so capable.
Yeah.
And that's something that I always put in my manifestation goals, is to have a team around me who is so capable and like understand my brain, so I don't have to spend my days like micromanaging, and I don't. So I'm really grateful for that. And I always try to get a little bit of sun every day, because the sun is your vitality and your life force. Like, why do animals lay in the sun? Because they're charging.
So important, hey, to lay out
It
and get a bit
is
of,
like
get a bit of
obviously safe and all that, but like it's so important to get a little bit of vitamin D each day. So I make that a priority, and then like I'm just trying to think of like what I'm doing today, and then I'll go home.
You're relaxing.
Yeah,
You're
I
chilling.
relax.
Just say you're chilling. Just say it. Let's just say the bit how you go and get drumsticks.
Oh yeah,
This is like I got a bone to pick with you, because I seen that and and I actually went and brought a whole box of those drumsticks, and I fucked up all those drumsticks.
Oh,
I
I was
ate
like,
the vegan
you're
ones.
not telling me you didn't like them.
No, I like them.
Of course, you don't eat one at a time. You eat at least two.
I ate all 4.
That's
I ate all 4.
They're really
I
good.
love sitting
These
there. I
are
was eating it.
vegan drumsticks, and they're so good. So yeah, I enjoy snacks. I enjoy food. I enjoy going out for dinner. I enjoy a dinner and a couple of cocktails. But that's it. No big nights or anything anymore. I've had my party days.
Had your party days, hey?
Yeah, I don't need to do that anymore. And no shade for people who still do that.
And that's like I always emphasize that to people as well. Like, it's just not for me anymore. I'm
That's
like,
right. Yeah.
you can party and get fucked up all you want. Like, That's all good. Like, I even go with people, and like even my housemate have been, and had a couple of nights with him. I don't drink or anything like that, and I'm like, it's just not for me. I can still have a good time.
Do you not drink?
No, I haven't drunk all year.
Oh, that's really
I haven't drunk all
good. My
year.
brother's like that too. He has got a really inspiring story around not drinking. He's given up alcohol for good.
Yeah, I don't say I probably will. I don't know if I will drink again.
Because when you don't drink, you realize how much you don't actually need it.
Yeah, it's actually not that good.
It's not that good. And you can, if it's just like a social thing you want to do, you can have a mocktail or whatever and you get the same kind of vibe.
Actually, way better without alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually realize I'm like, shit, I'm like.
Most people are.
Yeah.
And okay, this is living proof then. If you've stopped drinking for the whole year, how was your mindset a year ago and how much more woke are you right now?
It's like, I was like,
well, see,
leveled up much.
This is why the government and the people of the world want us to keep consuming alcohol, want us to keep dumbing us down with all this because they don't want us stepping into our power.
Definitely. And I will say that and back that 100% because I feel like there's so many things like all these drugs and alcohol and et cetera. Everything's let down there to I guess keep you running at those lower frequencies and dull you down and make you feel like they don't want anyone because man, if everyone was just bumping, just going for it and was so mindful and so happy,
they would lose power.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening now. People are starting to question things, the government and everything. We won't get into that, but they're starting to lose power.
Yeah.
The system, the matrix that, has been plugged in for a while, it's starting to not work anymore. So we're all
getting outdated.
That's right.
It's outdated.
Because too many of us have followed our intuition, and it's a very interesting thing to think of. So, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to remind people who they truly are because we're all so powerful. We're all psychic. No one believes that, but it's true. We all have an inner voice and an intuition that speaks really loud. And I'm here to just remind people that they can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important to be, as you say, be in touch with your intuition. And the whole, quote unquote woke thing, I feel like, the tide has turned already. In such a big way that so many more people are becoming more aware of what's actually going on, and I feel like the power of social media has kind of not worked in their favor, as where it was kind of a manipulation tool to get out and control the narrative on everything, but now it's being used to share everything.
100%. That's how I learned how to read tarot cards. That's how I learned to read astrology charts. The quotes every day, it's inspiring and it's waking people up. So yeah, it's the power to the people. Yeah,
definitely. And it should be like that anyway. It's going to be a interesting next couple of months. And I want to talk about that too.
Ooh.
I want to talk what's your prediction for the next couple of months? Because I've been saying, for me, I said 3 weeks ago, I said in 6 weeks we'll be in some kind of lockdown. So we've got about 3.5 weeks. I feel like we're going into some kind of lockdown. I've been prepping, so
Queensland.
Yep.
Okay.
Some kind of lockdown.
I feel like that
restriction
it'll
rules.
go back a little bit.
Yeah, go restriction rules.
I believe that too because there's already cases popping up. But yeah.
Yeah.
Come at me, lockdown. I'm fine.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, and I feel like Queensland, you still got the sun, and Victoria. Oh, poor Victoria.
What if they have lockdown during summer though? That's gonna.
We can still go to the beach though, can't we? No.
Nope.
Fuck the police.
Yeah, fuck the police.
I'm not. If you're listening, government and Google, I'm not going to do it.
Not going to do that.
Try and stop me.
Those rules are not for me. Yeah, that's gonna be hectic. Imagine they're going. I feel like we were so lucky to get locked down in winter. Because if it was summer, because now summer's here, so vibrant, everyone's out, it's hot, everyone wants to go to the beach and move around.
So that's your prediction.
Yeah, I feel like.
Okay, all right. I feel
What's yours on a deeper level? I know.
I'm from an astrology level.
Yep.
And I know that the astrology moving into September.
Is it rough?
Oh my God.
Don't you have to buckle in?
Buckle up. Yeah. Like especially around the US election.
Oh,
actually, my brother just told me that, you know how The Simpsons predict everything? Tomorrow, well, it's actually today, the 27th, but it will be the 27th America time tomorrow. Yeah, so when it's our night time, that's the day The Simpsons predicted Donald Trump would get murdered.
Oh, no way.
I know. So let's just see what happens. But I don't know if that will happen. But, you know, I don't know. The Simpsons haven't been wrong. So.
Yeah, they haven't been wrong. Hey, I'm like, shit, maybe I need to put on The Simpsons again and tune back in.
I know. So yeah, astrology-wise, things are really going to heat up, like war-like, and really.
I feel like the whole Donald Trump election thing it's going to really throw that. There's a lot of things because there's so much corruption and so many backdoor things happening with that. Right. It's like there's a real battle going on there.
There is.
Not like just in the media, everywhere. And that's going to really shake things up.
It will, and they're going to, because, you know, the people are kind of doing okay right now, they're going to throw in another false flag to make us fearful again and operate from a space of fear instead of love, because they don't care what we're fighting about.
Yeah.
They don't care what we're what we're yelling about, whether it's like if it's for good or bad. They don't care if we're yelling. They just want us to be yelling about something because it takes us out of our center and our space of love. And when we're not there, we can't evolve.
Yeah.
So they don't care. So I believe there will be another false flag. I have said a couple of times, fake alien invasion.
Yep.
And I've also said a couple of times natural disasters. Yep, so whether it's like a volcano or a big earthquake or a flood or something, I believe that's what's going to happen too, because Mother Nature hasn't even kicked up yet.
Yeah.
And then I think it's like the first 2 weeks of December, there's some big thing that's happening that there's going to be like a light wave that comes to Earth, like an energy light wave that comes to Earth, and I believe we might see it, actually physically see it. And I don't know whether it's going to like light up the sky like a green, like the lights, the northern lights.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's going to be something like that or whether it's going to physically do something, but I don't know. That's
your predictions?
Yeah.
Yours was way more cooler than mine. Mine sucked.
Yeah.
But just on the Donald Trump, I was like, lockdown in 3 weeks. Yeah. Woohoo.
I'm like, nah, we're doing light waves from the galaxy.
Light waves from the galaxy. Hold on to your shit. Let's go.
Yeah, none of this small lockdown shit.
Yeah. What about Donald Trump? What's your verdict on him?
Oh, my God. Did you really just ask me that?
Yeah.
This is almost a more touchy subject than aliens.
I know. Tell us about Donald Trump. What do you feel about Donald Trump? Do you like Donald Trump?
Yeah, I do. Oh my God. No, I don't know if I want to go there.
Go there.
No, I don't have.
A little bit.
Okay, I'm just going to be really mindful with what I say because I don't condone some of his characteristics and the way he has treated women. However, I do believe there are some things that he has done while in that position that have been very good for humanity that the media do not talk about. So I think everybody has a light and dark side. There's good and bad to everybody. And I am not saying that Donald Trump is perfect in any way, shape or form. I am just touching on the fact that I can see from my own research that he's done a couple of things that have actually been good for humanity, but also done some really crazy things as well. So I feel like there's good and bad in everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the club, Donald.
Yeah, welcome to the club, Donald. And I'm a really hard person to hate someone. Like I can find the good in everybody, and I'm so like, so it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. I will still try and find some good in them, and I'm not going to count anyone out, so including Donald Trump.
See, for me, I actually don't mind him.
Yeah.
I know he's fucked up so many. He's done some stupid things, but which is okay because we all do stupid things. But for me, I feel like he probably should. I feel like there's so much. He come up against a lot of corruption.
Yeah.
And you look at all the other presidents, like no one like has come up in business like him. I feel like this is just where I feel like my intuition says. I feel like he was in big business, and obviously big business is what? Dirty business.
Yeah.
And he got to a level in business where he couldn't go anymore because of the level of corruption. He run into a lot of areas where he was just like, fuck, I can't move anymore. Like there's no more. He hit the rooftop.
Because of the Rothschilds.
Yeah, I feel like he hit the rooftop and he's like, shit, what other move is there from here? He just went, okay, I'm going to go checkmate you guys. I'm going to go be the president.
100%.
And I feel like that's what happened. And he's like, okay, now I'm going to do business. I feel like he's a numbers man as well. Like I followed Donald Trump from back in the day because I love business. He's a numbers man. He would have looked at the numbers on everything, like the economy, where it was going. And people don't understand, like, if the American economy does good, he's going to do well. Like, it's in his best interest to make sure that, the economy's doing well because obviously he has a lot of investments everywhere else as well. So he wants it to do well. Otherwise he loses money. But I don't know. For me, I just feel like he's come up against a lot of bullshit.
No, I agree.
And there's been a lot of shade thrown on him for certain things, and it's been looked a certain way, painted a picture on him. For me, I don't know a great deal about politics, especially American politics, but I like Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you. You just said it probably in a more blunt way, but I'm just trying to hit both sides. But one thing to touch on that is the media. This is what I want. I don't know if this is a parting message but I want this message to be loud and clear. I want people to start questioning everything. Every single thing, because if you think about major events that have happened in history, we have only been told a version of this event via the media, which is corrupt.
Yeah.
So we don't really know the truth about anything. So if you can do anything, it's just start working on yourself every single day, stay in your own lane, turn off the news and make decisions for yourself, like not based on what you're watching and what you're consuming. Like I think Donald Trump is a perfect example. They've made a lot of people hate him when if you really delve deep, he probably hasn't done that many bad things.
Yeah, he's actually quite good. He's not good, but
But
he's
even
not,
the
he's not
Jeffrey
as,
Epstein thing, this is how corrupt everything is. Like even Netflix, it's no coincidence that like Netflix put out the Jeffrey Epstein thing and they only named 2 celebrities in it, the whole thing, Donald Trump and Prince Andrew, when there was so many more celebrities.
Yeah.
So why didn't Netflix do that? But it's because it was a political agenda. They're trying to make Donald Trump look bad. Yes, Donald Trump spent a couple of times with this disgusting human a few times, but then he's actually said in history, like it's on camera, he's like, I now know who he is and I don't want anything to do with him. But the media only focus on that time when he was his friend. How many times have we hung out with bad people and didn't really know they were bad people and then later on found out they were bad people and you're like, oh fuck, I might like not hang out with them.
Like people would understand like media is media, it's created. So when they're doing it and they're painting that picture and you're watching a story that someone has created, they've actually put it together to make it look a certain way for you. So
that's right.
It's like it's all created to make you to make you feel and like give you an opinion on a situation.
Yeah, it makes me so angry. Like even the moon landing and everything. Like,
oh, like fuck! I don't know if I want to go.
I know. What time is it?
Yeah, what is the time?
Nah.
What are we on? We're
3:10. So
okay, we got another 15 minutes left. A quick. I'm just gonna ask this one question because. Is the world flat? Is the world?
I don't think the world is flat. I don't. However, I understand that people do think the world is flat and I don't have any judgments to that and I get that, but I just don't think the world is flat.
I have you ever watched that Flat Earth show?
Yes.
See, I didn't watch it because a few people said, hey, look, just don't watch that show. And I didn't watch it for like 2 years. It's been out for like a year and a half or whatever. Didn't worry about it. The other day I got bored.
You watched it?
I watched it. I was like, you fucking idiot. I was like, why did you watch this show?
Because now the Earth's flat.
I was like, because I question things. I was like,
Of course, we're Geminis. That's what we do.
I was like, shit, why? And I was like, started questioning things, and I looked up, and I was like, they've got all these flat Earth communities.
What was the part that made you believe that the Earth was flat? What was the part that stood out to you?
Well, there's a few things. The whole landing on the moon thing. That's why when you said the landing on the moon thing,
that was fake.
I was like, that's fucking bullshit. And then I was like, I never believed in that anyway. And then also that there's a thing in there about planes, how the planes are flying. And then also, like, when you're looking over the horizon, like, I'm like, there should be a little bit of a dip. Like, when they were talking about how you can see over, I'm like, there should be a little bit. And I was like, you know what I've been at? Like, from where I'm from, there's fucking nothing. There's flat. It's flat. Like, as far as you can see, it's flat as fuck. And I'm like, there ain't no curves out there, bro. It's fucking.
I know a lot of people who think the Earth is flat. I do, but and do you know what? I don't know, and it's not affecting me either way.
Yeah. I just, right now, that's the one thing I'm just choosing to put on the back burner.
Yeah. What else? Do you think Michelle Obama is a man?
What other weird shit? I'm actually gonna do a TikTok video tomorrow actually about conspiracy theories. So tune in, guys. It's just on that one too. I'm like, I got a whole little segment planned out. Okay, before we go, because what other conspiracy theories is there anything weird that you've heard lately that you think's not true? Because this is the weirdest podcast we've done.
There is, but I don't know if I'm going to say a disclaimer before I say this.
Okay.
I started watching this documentary. I got sent it to me yesterday. There's 6 parts to this documentary and they're an hour long each time. I have watched the first one. So I am not in a place to really have a comment or an opinion on it just yet. I'm just going to say what this documentary is about, but it is not my opinion because I haven't watched the whole thing. Disclaimer.
Okay, look, whatever you say, I'm going to hold it against you forever.
No, that was my disclaimer.
No.
Oh, no,
actually,
I don't know. Okay, no, I don't know if I can say it. I'll just say they're questioning whether or not Hitler
is dead.
No, was actually bad.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a
I know.
Good one.
Yep, and so I'm not going to delve into it, but from the first episode, what I have seen, there's a large portion of history to do with Jewish people that hasn't been spoken about on the media, and that I can tell that this is the way it's going to go. They're going to try and prove that perhaps Hitler wasn't as bad as the movies and the media have made him out to be. I don't have an opinion on it. I'm going to just hear it out.
That's a very believable one.
Wow, you go there. It's
I'll
so
go there.
scary.
That's believable.
Yeah.
Don't fucking see. These are the things I get stuck watching.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'll sit there and I'll watch all that shit.
Okay, well, I'll send
I'll
it to you.
just cancel everything. I'm just like, sorry, bye. I'm watching this story.
Yeah. See, I'm not getting into conspiracy theories too much lately because it was taking me away from my path. Like, I have got enough messages in meditation now that I know what my purpose is, and that is to not take people off their path, but to help them find their path. And that's my journey, whereas other people are put on earth to make people question things and see things in a different light. So I get that, but I know my job isn't to do that. So I've stepped away a little bit from the conspiracy theories. I only started watching this last night because something told me, maybe just check this out.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
What about you?
No, I'm not going there today.
Well, we have gone there.
Yeah, we kind of did anyway.
We've well and truly gone there.
Yeah, well, this is like
You're going to get hate mail now.
Nah, this is definitely the most podcast that we've done with most different topics as well. So it was really good. It was nice.
Cool.
It actually took people on a journey, so it was really good.
An alien journey.
Yeah, we spoke about the aliens as well.
Yeah, shit.
But I got 2 questions for you to finish up.
Okay.
If you had one wish, say I'm a genie, I can give you one wish to change anything in the world. What would it be?
To change anything in the world?
Yeah, one thing.
Can
you can't
I
have 2. No,
Can
no.
I have a moment?
Oh yeah, I was like, I thought you were gonna ask for 2. I was like, you can only have one. You can have as long as you want.
Oh, I would like everybody to be given a natural truth pill that everybody has to take, and then they see the truth for what it is. And I know that the truth is like who we truly are is just like love and light. And I want everybody to have this pill in the world so they can see just how corrupted and how like this system that we're in just isn't working anymore. So then we can build a new earth.
Oh, darn. That's a good one. That's
Thanks,
like,
it just came to me.
yeah, that came to you. That's a really solid one.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Let's say Molly's words of wisdom. Like, what's some wisdom for us? Are you going to give us a wisdom drop?
Oh, like I've done so many podcasts and I say the same thing every time, but I'll continue to say it until the day I die. This is my last life, by the way. I got told that in meditation too, which I'm so happy about. I'm going to graduate to an angel in the next one.
I got that yesterday. This is not your practice life.
Oh, wow.
This isn't your practice life.
Okay, yeah, it's not. You would have had many different lifetimes. Oh, God.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you just sparked another story about the ayahuasca because that's what happened. I lived many lives.
We all have.
I went to the friggin' toilets and I was a different dude.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
who you're
like
going
this-
to.
Okay,
Who were you?
Huh? I was this old Mexican dude, eh? I'm
Yeah.
not even fucking
No,
with you.
you can't. Nobody. If anyone wants to like DM
I was
me,
hairy
and be
and
like,
shit.
yeah, I've been a lot of weird things in my life, but this is my last life, which I'm really excited about. What was the question again?
Fuck.
Words of wisdom.
What's your wisdom drop for us? Shit.
Okay, so I just take 15 minutes for yourself every day, like whether that is meditating, journaling, going for a run, putting music on and singing or dancing, or just do something that connects you with yourself and your body every single day, and do it, like commit to yourself, like, and just do it for 30 days and see how you're feeling. Like journal at the start and journal at the end and see how you're feeling. See see tangible results. Like, okay, wow, I'm actually doing this better now. I'm doing this better now. Just keep at it. Repetition, doing something for yourself every single day, because your life will change.
Bang, done. Okay. Thank you very much. Bang, that was a really good podcast. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
So we're going to wrap it up. If you're out there on the YouTube, please hit that subscribe button down there. If you're on Instagram or Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just make sure you leave us a review, rate us, send in your love, and thank you very much. I'm Mr. Hecker. This is If You Don't Know, Now You Know. Molly, appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.